It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. And by this, I mean, I think Pokemon. Mike, I have a website called Bulbapedia open on my computer. Why is this happening?
Oh, you never been to Bulbapedia? Oh my god!
As
What's
far
moving?
as like novelty Wikipedia sort of spinoffs go, Bulbapedia definitely ranks below Wikipedia, doesn't it? Right, in terms of
Yeah.
names, Wikipedia's at the top,
Uh
number one.
sure. Yeah, so we're doing Pokemon starters, all 24 of them. So there's been some Pokemon news lately. This seems like a good one to get to. I have played all the Pokemon games. You played a good amount of them, right?
I played some. Yeah, I played like 3 or 4 of the core games, generations or whatever. Probably like three of
Right.
the generations.
Well,
Yeah.
it's still like Sonic and Friends. We can judge them based on how
Oh
they look.
yes. Oh yes, absolutely, and we will. Um, although just glancing at them, better than Sonic's friends mostly.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things here. I do want to say that I am just counting the starting Pokemon from like the core generation game. So like no, and like nothing from like Yellow or Let's Go Pikachu. So no Pikachu, no Eevee or things like that.
Right. If those were in here, though, they're clearly starter. Yeah. Okay. So again, good job with the tier list. You want to explain the tiers that you've come up with here?
Yeah, sure. The bottom, the top tier is starter. Then after that, you have sooner. In the middle is whenever. Then you have later, and then the very bottom is laster.
Again, I like it. All right. So yeah, so no Pikachu, no Eevee. It's just the starters that are in the core games of like the beginning of each generation. And I guess my other big question for you before we get started would be so all the pictures here are of the starters in their first like form.
Yeah,
How heavy do we consider their evolutions in our ranking?
it's a factor. I don't know if
Okay.
it's the most important factor, but it does matter. And there are some of these I'll talk about that I like them, but their final evolutions kind of suck and are boring. Like the mid evolution, whatever. You had that thing for like what 15 levels. Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, final evolutions do matter. It's not the end all be all, but you can't have a bad final evolution and be a starter, right? Like maybe you'll be a sooner, but I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I mean, let's get started. And we'll kind of figure out where people are going to start to land. As I said, people. They're just Pokemon. They're just animals. They're not people.
Yeah, you can't hurt their feelings. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't feel anything. All right. Yeah, I guess let's just start here with the first one listed here is Bulbasaur from Gen 1. All of these Gen 1s are iconic. Absolutely. Right. But
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
but like I think I did what most kids did. And I guess I was like 16 probably when this game came out. I went with the fire one, so like my relationship with Bulbasaur was like a little bit like, oh yeah, it's another starter, it looks cool. But I wasn't like, it's not the one I picked at the time, but it's still very good. I don't know. I guess I'd be curious to hear your relationship to Bulbasaur.
No, I think compared to the other three starters, I think Bulbasaur is the worst one. But and you'll see that compared to all of them, it's still one of the best ones. I like Bulbasaur a good amount. I maybe have picked him on one playthrough, if that. He's actually the best one to pick, especially for the early game, because the first gym is a rock gym, then the second gym is a water gym. So if you pick up Bulbasaur, you're on easy street for a good while in the game. And also his final evolution, Venusaur, is probably also the weakest of the final evolutions here. It's okay. Like Bulbasaur is the best looking. Like the bulb looks really good. What is he? He's like a little frog bulbous thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a frog with like it's gonna grow basically a flower on his back. Yeah.
Right. The flower itself doesn't look as cool as the bulb does for whatever reason. So
Right.
I don't think he's quite in that top tier. I think he's more of a Sooner, probably a high Sooner, but he's a Sooner.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sooner is a good spot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Charmander, yeah. I don't know. Charmander's is great. I think even Charmeleon is great, and then of course Charizard really is iconic. But yeah, I think Charmander's great. He's got kind of the ideal Pokemon when I think of like what a Pokemon should be. It's just like a little cool looking lizard with fire on his tail, and the fire is always there. Like, a frog with a plant on his back. Okay, yeah, that's weird and crazy, but it's not quite the same thing as like a sort of a magical animal that is actively burning. That's even cooler. So and he's really cute. Like Charmander's very cute. So I like that. And then Charizard is cool. Like he does it all. Charmander does it all.
Yeah, Charmander's great. There's really nothing wrong with him. We'll kind of see later. I like the simplicity of some of these earlier designs. Eventually, they're going to get a little busy. Like, here's this little lizard guy, and he has that burning tail, which is this neat thing that stands out. And it's kind of fun. You're like, well, what? Like, is he going to turn into a dragon? And he does turn into a dragon, and it's great. So, yeah,
Yes,
Charmander,
yeah,
Charmander starter. I think he's a lot of people's first Pokemon. He was my first Pokemon. Everyone loves Charmander. And I could really almost say the same for Squirtle. I think Squirtle's also just fantastic. I agree. Actually, I like his final form the best out of all. Like Blastoise, the freaking turtle with cannons on him. That's great. He's the cutest of them. I love that shade of blue. I don't know why that specifically is a thing. I love Squirtle. I think he's also a starter. I don't know. You have any issues with Squirtle?
No, none at all. I think War Turtle is a great name. So like if you're gonna like in the middle evolution, it's like, okay, that's great. Like that's memorable. And then but again, Squirtle, super cute, like even cuter than Charmander. And then I think Blastoise, you're right, is even cooler than Charizard. Like he really does just have cannons on his back, and he looks powerful. He looks cool. I think
he looks sweet.
Yeah, definitely a starter. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was all three of these guys, their final forms, like they look like monsters. And later we're gonna see these final forms, they almost start looking more humanoid in a way that I don't like. Like, I love that here. They are monsters. They're pocket monsters. Some, not so pocket by the end, even. Mm-hmm. So all three of those are great. And I think, just looking at those three, there's something simple about it. I love how easily identifiable they are. I love how they all focus on one specific color. It's fantastic. The next gen ones are also pretty good, I think. And we start with Chikorita here, who... kind of like Bulbasaur. I'm not like super crazy about. I like the leaf. The leaf's good, but aside from that, first off, it's almost a little too similar to Bulbasaur. It's like another four-legged thingy. I don't know. What do you think about Chikorita?
I'm kind of leaning towards what you're already saying. It's like it's not as good as Bulbasaur, and then I think the evolution kind of doesn't look great either.
I like the last one, Meganium, because I don't know. I like those sort of giant long neck dinosaurs. It's kind of doing that.
When I click on them, it looks better when you actually blow it up. Like as the sprite, it wasn't too impressive, but like when you see the neck,
imagine it being actually huge. So that's fine, but still, I don't know. The seeds being a necklace thing on her is kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not a giant Chikorita fan. I don't have anything against Chikorita. It's kind of a whenever for me. Yeah, whenever I get to Chikorita, will be fine.
I think whenever. I still think that these designs in this generation are still pretty simple and attractive. So I think whenever works for Chikorita. Okay, I can't say it.
Cyndaquil.
Okay, that makes sense. Right? Yes. Cyndaquil's cool. This is a generation I didn't play, so I'm like I mostly just know these characters from like images like this, and I've always thought Cyndaquil was pretty cool. I think if I still I played a fire Pokemon in the first generation, so I probably wouldn't have done it if I came back here. But just like looking at him, like he looks really neat. I like it's not just his tail's on fire. He does look like he's actively exploding a lot of the time.
He looks like he's exploding. Cyndaquil is my favorite. He might be my favorite starter.
Oh, wow. Great. Okay, cool.
He's so much fun to play with. His evolutions are great. Quilava. Typhlosion's a great name. Typhlosion.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember there was a Pokemon card I had that made Typhlosion look like a straight up like kaiju Godzilla monster, and I loved it. Yeah. I nothing wrong with Cyndaquil. Absolute starter.
Yeah, cool. Great.
I think they even said he's going to be one of the starters in that Pokemon Legends game because he's a favorite. Cool. People love Cyndaquil, right? So it makes a lot of sense. Just super appealing design. He looks strong. It's neat. I like it.
Yeah, and he's not like Charizard is a dragon, right? And Blastoise, he's like this big, buff turtle with cannons, and Venusaur just looks huge. I think that the way in which Typhlosion looks, with like he just looks like this a big sort of weasel with an explosion on his neck is
Anteater?
unique.
Cyndaquil looks like an anteater anyways. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. I love
I
it.
don't know. Yeah, it's different. It's good. Totodile. What do you think about Totodile?
Well, first off, I have a horrible fear of alligators, so I'm going to look
Mm.
past that. No, Totodile's pretty good. I like the base form quite a bit. I think fear alligators a little kind of ugly
Busy.
or predictable or something.
Yeah.
Predictable, maybe. It's okay. But I mean, basic Totodile is great. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
He's
same.
kind of cute. I don't know if it's quite starter material. It might be sooner.
I think that's probably because I think you're right. Because I think Totodile, fantastic. I think this fear alligator is too many shoulder pads going all the way down his arm, and I think that the spikes kind of aren't as cool. And then I mean, he might save it with what look like cargo short pockets on his knees. That's pretty great. But yeah, so sooner is probably where he's gonna end up. Oh man, that Totodile though, he looks great. Just the starter.
Totodile is great.
Yes.
So it's tempting. He's maybe a high sooner. We'll see. If
Yeah.
like no one else manages to get the starter, I might almost throw Totodile up there. We'll see. But there'll probably be some other ones.
Yeah, there'll probably be some other ones. Okay. All right. So that does it for Gen 2, which is the Johto. Am I saying that right?
That's
Johto region.
Johto,
region.
gold,
Okay.
silver generation.
So then we're going to Gen 3, I believe, here with Hoenn. So that starts with Trico, which is okay, maybe.
Yeah, Trico is so okay. He might be worse than okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me take a look at Sceptile.
Sapphire is
Yeah.
also it's fine. I don't know. I don't love Trico. I think is just really boring. I don't think I gave Trico much of a second thought when I was picking my starter in this generation.
Yeah,
So-
I'm okay with putting him down to later because none of these designs are doing it for me. And I think this must have been another generation I didn't play.
So this was Ruby Sapphire. So yeah, like it's just something I'm just looking at it bores me.
Mhm.
This generation, the other two are actually pretty good. So yeah, Trico is just he's a later. I don't
Yeah,
hate
okay.
him.
Yeah,
But
that works for me. Okay, cool. Yeah.
He's a later.
I think Torchic is pretty good though. I think. Well, let me take a look at Blaziken. Blaziken, is that it? Yeah.
Blaziken.
Okay, well, Blaziken actually is kind of messing me up. I don't like that so much.
Well,
That's just
Blaziken, Blaziken is kind of a trendsetter. He's sort of starting this whole.
that's a person.
Yeah, it's starting to look more humanoid. It's also a fighting type, which they start doing a lot of with these starters. Like when they evolve, they just gain a fighting type, especially the fire ones. Torchic is great. I think I had
Yeah.
Torchic in this generation, and I liked Torchic quite a lot. And I do like Blaziken too. Still fine. Is it as good as a Charmander or as a Cyndaquil? We had good fire starters for quite a while here.
Yeah.
Torchic
I
himself is
mean,
good.
I don't know. For me, I think it's probably whenever. Do you want it in sooner?
I want it in sooner. Okay, I was thinking between starter or sooner. So the fact that you say whenever, we can put it in sooner and call it a day.
That sounds good. And then Mudkip, who I think I like a lot.
Yeah, Mudkip's nice. Everyone likes Mudkip a decent bit. I like that he has ground as a second type. That's a bit more interesting. Like usually when they have a second type in these things, it's something a bit more predictable.
Right.
Ground with water is kind of interesting though.
Yeah, and I like Swampert. I think Swampert actually looks pretty cool.
Swampert actually works. It's
Yeah,
bordering on getting a little busy.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't know if there's anything about it that I love a lot. I don't really like. What is Mudkip? What is a Mudkip? I guess he's kind of a tadpole thing.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like Swampert's I guess there's kind of a frog thing going on here, which is maybe predictable for a water starter.
Mhm.
Plus, yeah. So, probably sooner for me, unless you feel stronger about it than that.
No, yeah, yes, sooner works. Yeah.
These are going to start getting worse, so don't worry about this feeling top heavy.
No, yeah, no, I know that. Yeah. All right, so let's see. The Sinnoh region. So this is like the big
Diamond
one that
Pearl.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl. The people that have been asking for the remakes now they're getting them, and then they're also going to Sinnoh for that Legends game. Turtwig here is the first one, or Turtwig. Yeah, I guess that'd be Turtwig.
Turtwig, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. It's kind of is what the grass type usually is, right? Some sort of like greenish looking animal with a plant on it.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of just did a Chikorita Bulbasaur fusion dance. It seems lazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of boring. It's probably it's probably a later. It's boring in a different way from Trico.
Yeah,
I
it's
probably like it about. I almost
it,
would maybe like this a little bit more than Trico, almost, but it's probably that same tier.
yeah, I think I actually really like Torterra, the whole like tree on his back when he's a
Right. Well, you get like Discworld vibes there. I always like
yeah,
anything that's like the massive turtle with the world on its
the
back. So yeah,
shell, yeah.
I think Torterra looks good, and that helps him a bit. But
Uh,
Turtwig is kind of boring.
yeah, I agree. So let's put him in later. And this is the generation I think I did play because I think I played as Chimchar. And I remember liking Chimchar, but I did and then Infernape, which I was like less infatuated with. I didn't like Infernape as much, but I don't know. I guess what do you think of Chimchar?
I don't like monkeys. I don't know why. I think they weird me out because they look too much. They look so much more like humans than other animals. We still just lump them in with other animals, and it weirds me out. Like I go to a zoo and I see a lion, it's one thing. Then I see the apes, and I get uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Um,
they have like
no.
ape retirement homes. Like we never put down apes for some like that's like we draw a line. Like we're not gonna put
Oh,
down apes, so we actually put them in retirement homes instead, which is a pretty wild thing. But that makes you not like them. That makes me feel like a kinship with them, right? So I don't
no,
know,
I
but
don't know. And like, look, it's like, oh yeah, well, let's put his tail on fire too. Okay,
right,
great.
I agree, and it's okay. This character's pretty okay. I think I'd probably put it in whenever, but if you want to put it lower, that's fine with me.
I would put it in later, but I
Okay.
have an anti-monkey thing.
Let's put it in whenever then.
All right,
I think whenever's fair.
I'll give
Uh,
it to you.
Thank you. Yes. Uh, Piplup, however, I really regret going with Chimchar because Piplup really is just
Piplup
is great.
rules.
Yeah.
I played Piplup in these, and I loved it. And Empoleon, his final form, is
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, that
Like
is very
this
good.
Penguin King. Oh yeah, I think this is an absolute starter. I love Piplup.
I think I
Piplup
agree.
is perfect because he's what the star's supposed to do. They're supposed to start out as cute, and then they get really cool,
Yeah.
right? And it's fantastic.
Yeah, Empoleon might be the coolest Pokemon. Just looking at this thing, that crown coming down, it was like being part of his beak.
It's like a
is just,
trident too.
yeah,
Like they're working on so many cool things there. Yeah. And it's also steel type, which is really neat. I love Piplup. Piplup was so much fun to play with. Even though I had Piplup the first time, I'm absolutely going to pick Piplup again. There's no question about it. I love that Pokemon. He's super fun.
All right, so I put Piplup up in starter. That does it for Gen 4, or does it, or is this also part
That's
of
it.
Gen? Okay, so then Unova region is going to start with Snivy.
I remember when we didn't have a name for this guy because it leaked or something, and we thought his name, like they just made up the name Smugly for him, and I liked that name so much more, and I kind of am upset he's not Smugly. This is another case where I like the start form a lot. I think Snivy looks great. I hate his final form, Superior.
Mm-hmm. Looks
Just
like a snake, yeah.
just some snake.
Mm-hmm.
Like coming out of a banana peel. He
Yeah,
doesn't. I can't take it seriously without arms and legs. Like it's just doesn't work for me as a final form. He doesn't look cool. He doesn't look very powerful. Like I hate that. Superior is a really disappointing final form for Snivy.
yeah. I actually don't like smug Pokemon that much. There's quite a few Pokemon that have that smug look, and I actually don't like it like a lot. So, so where are we putting Snivy?
Man, I like the base form so much I could almost do sooner. But if you don't even like that, we can put him in whenever.
If you like the base form that much,
Ah,
I
I hate Superior so much that I almost want to put him in whenever. I hate that final
let's
form.
put him in whenever.
It upsets me. It should have been so much better than that.
Yeah, I think whenever, because while I like the first one, I don't think it's enough to push it up into sooner. Okay, then Tepig.
Tepig. I don't know. Pig. The second form, Pig Knight, is a great name.
Yeah.
But Tepig, I don't know what that's supposed to be about.
Pig Knight actually rules,
Yeah, Pig Knight's a great name.
and he like looks cool too. Actually, I really like that.
Yeah, he looks good. I like the idea. Like sometimes the animal that they pick for these things is very obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
A fire pig Pokemon is pretty neat. I like that idea, and he looks cool. I like his little whirly tail. He's really happy. It looks like he's happy to be my Pokemon. I like Tepig.
Me too. I like everything going on with the peg. And I think Imbor is really good actually.
Yeah, this is the third time though that they decided that the fire type is going to evolve into a fire fighting type. So it was getting
Yeah,
kind of
maybe
weird
there's
at this
some
point.
points there. Yeah.
So they like, oh, you're still just going to keep doing that? Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So for me, this is I want to lean towards Sooner, but do you want to dock it enough points for
No,
that to?
I think Sooner is good.
Okay.
I like him. I like him quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Here's one. I'm not sure. Oshawott. Is that right? Did I say that? Yeah, Oshawott.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like that he looks like a clown.
Oh, he's bad.
I don't
Actually.
understand. I don't understand the shell thing. Like, why does he have an emblem? That just seems weird. He looks confused.
Yeah,
And then
he looks
like,
lost. Yeah.
I don't even like. It doesn't even seem to make sense how he goes from that starter form to this end form here, which is
right.
Samurott.
Yeah, the shell like takes over his head and turns into a sword
Yeah,
shell.
I think they're trying to do like a Magikarp Gyarados thing. Like, oh, look at this loser become this super cool thing, and it's
it's not super cool.
not doing it for me. I don't like him. He might be a laster for me. He might be our first laster.
I think I agree. I think you're right. He does look a little bit like a clown. Like he's like cute, but it's not cute in the way that is endearing. It's cute like, oh, this thing is not gonna survive in the wild,
Pathetic.
and it's pathetic is the right word exactly. All right, let me go back here so I can know the name of the next one here. Okay, Chespin, yeah. Chespin, yeah, he is the grass type for Kalos. What do you think about him? I did play this generation because I played as Froakie. So, all right, well, yeah, what do you think about Chespin?
I think that it's been a rough going for grass starters for a bit here, and I don't think Chespin's helping.
He's not breaking the streak, is he?
Well, this is when the designs are like start getting noticeably worse. I feel like because Chespin doesn't even look like a monster; he looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah,
he looks like the star of a Saturday morning cartoon show. Like I feel weird enslaving this thing to fight battles for me.
He looks like a Sonic friend. He does.
He looks like a Sonic friend. He's got a lot of things going. It's too much going on. Like compare this again to Charmander and Squirtle, those really simple, pleasant designs. Like this is too much. Yeah. And I don't like Chestnut. His final form is not doing much for me either.
Yeah, again, it's like a pretty wild change. And
like Chestnut looks like a Digimon, and I like Digimon, but I don't think Pokemon should look like Digimon. Chestnut looks almost exactly like a Digimon.
Yeah, I think I think this character's pretty bad. I would put it down in Laster.
I don't like Chespin at all. I'm putting it in Laster.
All right, Finnegan.
Finnegan's fine.
Yeah,
like it looks good. I guess my issue here is we already had the fire kind of fox thing with Vulpix, and is Finnegan better than Vulpix? No. There's nothing awful about this. Again, Delphox, look at that. It's a person again.
Yeah, that is a furry. That's a woman in a furry outfit. Yeah.
I don't like. Why do the pocket monsters not look like monsters anymore? I find that weird. Like I want monsters.
If I saw this thing in the woods and it was like real and not a person, like I would consider that a horrifying monster. Yes, I know what you mean.
Like a creature, like a animal based. She's
holding a stick that is on fire though, right? And that is very much not a monster. That's like a wizard.
She looks she looks like some kind of druid.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't like Finnegan very much. And you're right. It's not as good as Vulpix. So like even the starter one is not that great.
Like the starter one is fine. Like the starter one would be whenever, and then the weirdness with the evolutions would almost make it a later for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so I imagine that Froakie probably is probably pretty popular because he turns into Greninja, which I know is like a very popular one in Japan.
Well, Greninja's in Smash Brothers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so
but I think the reason they put him in Smash is because they like a lot of people like him. But what was your take even before he was in Smash?
Froakie himself doesn't do a whole lot for me, but yeah, Greninja is, especially compared to the other ones, a pretty good final form. And again, it's humanoid. It's too humanoid, but if you're going to do that, at least this looks cool. It's kind of being clever with the whole frog ninja thing. I love the way that his tongue becomes his scarf. That's neat. So, but yeah, it's almost more about Great Ninja. Froakie himself is fine. I
I mean,
like Great
Froakie's definitely
Ninja
better.
would be a sooner,
Froakie's
but
definitely better than Finnegan and Chespin.
he's definitely the best of this pretty weak generation.
Yeah,
is
easily.
what I
Yeah,
would say. So he's at least a whenever.
yeah.
Maybe Great Ninja is so good that bumps it up to sooner. I don't know if I'm convinced of that.
No, I think you're right. I think whenever is probably right. Great Ninja's cool, but it's not like my favorite by far. So I think whenever works for Froakie. Excuse me. Okay, then we're going to Alola with Rowlet. Rowlet. Yeah, Rowlet. Rowlet's a cute little ball. I like him.
Yeah, I like Rowlet is who I picked here. This is the best grass starter we got in a long time. And I like Decidueye quite a bit. Again, like all of these now, it's too humanoid, but at least it's kind of neat as a sort of like forest owl archer thing. Like that works for me.
A living tree sort of thing, which the other ones like sometimes do, but this one just like has that feeling about it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like Rowlet.
I mean, he's not amazing, so maybe still sooner. I don't know if I can get him into starter.
No, he's not going into starter. Yeah, sooner then. I think that's right. I think again, Rowlet kind of does what you want. Like start cute, end up looking cool or powerful or strong, and all that sort of works.
Yeah, everyone likes owls.
Yeah, everyone likes owls. Yeah. Litten is just a cat, just a straight up cat.
Yeah, they didn't go far enough with this one. It is just a cat. Nice name, Litten. Another one that the final form is kind of, they have fun with it because it becomes a like cat fire pro wrestler guy.
Right.
And I love how he has like a wrestling belt made out of fire, and of course he was put into Smash Brothers. So that's interesting. But yeah, Litten himself is pretty boring, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like even like I like cats, and this one doesn't do anything for me. I think that might say something. So yeah, then I guess does it go into later? I mean, I like Incineroar quite a bit.
Maybe it gets whenever. Like it is just so it's a little lame. But Incineroar is neat. That's fun.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm pretty split on Poplio, but I imagine this is one you don't like.
Well, once again, he looks like a clown,
So
which at least makes some sense with the whole seal thing. Like they're like I kind of maybe I went to SeaWorld too much as a kid, but that comparison makes some sense to me. Yeah, he is kind of goofy looking, and like Primarina, the final form here is a lot is going on there.
Yeah, that's all like, and like it's going in a lot of directions, and I don't think I'm feeling Primarina too much.
Like Poplio himself is okay. This might be a later for me. It doesn't. It's maybe almost getting close to a laster for me. I don't like it, but it's probably later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably. I was like maybe laster, but okay, later. Yeah. Okay. And then we got the most recent generation from Galar. Grookey. Are you part of the Grookey gang or not, Mike?
Well, I already told you about monkeys. I like this monkey quite a bit more actually than Chimchar. I think he's a bit cuter. I like his little like stick in his little leaf head thing. Rillaboom is actually pretty decent final form. Like they seem like they restrain themselves a bit here. Of course, when you Gigantamax them, which is the thing in this game, he becomes like a drummer, complete with like a drum set made out of trees, which is okay, whatever. but Rillaboom stuff is fine. I mean, I'm not like super crazy about it. So I guess for me, it's a whenever, just because of maybe my monkey thing again. But yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I think whenever's good. I do like Rillaboom quite a bit. But it is not doing the cute to cool transition better than a lot of these other Pokemon. It is a good example of that once again. Score Bunny, the bunny that is channeling fire. So he's got red ears. What do you think?
This was the one I picked. I think Score Bunny is pretty cute. It's getting a little close into looking like a too much of a Saturday morning cartoon character again.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the same expression as what is this? Not Cyndaquil, but the one that we put down in Laster. No, the one we put down in Laster.
Yeah, Chespin. He looks like there is some Chespin energy.
Yeah.
Like Chespin and Score Bunny look like they're friends in the same cartoon show. Now, granted, that cartoon show exists and it's called Pokemon, but you know what I mean. I don't like Cinderace. I think his final form is really boring, and again, just like a person bunny thing. Like he kicks like fireballs, like they're soccer balls or whatever.
Raboot is good though. Raboot is fantastic.
Yeah, Raboot is actually fantastic. Yeah, Raboot makes you think they're going to go somewhere interesting with that final form.
I agree, and then they really dropped the ball with what looks like Cinderace. I get it. Like it's a fire bunny with soccer and stuff. But Raboot, I don't think Raboot's a better sort of realization of that idea than what Cinderace becomes. So
I think he probably belongs in whenever. Like when I'm looking at, I can't put him on Bulbasaur's tier in good consciousness. I just can't.
Right. And then we're gonna end up with the sad boy Sobble. It was just, I don't know. I think there's a lot of love out there for Sobble before the game came out. And then I'm not sure. I think I might have turned on Sobble. I think he does look a little bit too, again, maybe pathetic. And then let me take a look here. And then
Inteleon is awful.
It's really bad.
Look, his type is like secret agent Pokemon. Like
he
just like literally looks like you don't pose like a human. Like again, where are the monsters? You know? It's really disappointing, this direction. Like this, I didn't even realize that until I was putting this together. Like they really did stop letting them be monsters.
I should let people see it a little bit there. You can kind of see it. Inteleon. That's it looks like it's gonna go on a secret mission and like order a drink at the bar and like flirt with a human woman. It looks like that's
like is this like that just seems kind of weird with the Pokemon fantasy of being like some kid going out with like your monsters when they start acting too much like people. And even original Pokemon had that with like Jinx and Mr. Mime. But I think I would have thought that we would have all looked at that and said maybe less of that.
Yes, less of that.
Not
fewer
much,
of those.
much more.
So I think Sabo's got to be later. I think
later. It will definitely later. Almost Laster, maybe just later. Maybe he's not that bad.
Inteleon is really bad though.
Inteleon sucks so much that maybe I want to put him in the Laster.
Yeah, I kind of want to put. Sabo's like, oh, I'm so sad and fragile, and you're gonna turn into that. Like, I don't feel bad for you, Sobble. You're in Laster.
Yeah, you want to stretch that screen so that we get all these guys on one row.
I do. Yes, it's gonna.
My OCD.
No, I understand. It's gonna mess things up a little bit, but I will fix that now for people.
No one needs to see me.
Yeah, and I can still adjust it.
I can just scooch over. Look, see, there I am.
Oh, well done, Mike.
All right, we did it.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna put it right there in the middle. Okay. All right, Mike. So, do you want to help me out here and go ahead and just read through all of them?
Now we got to remember some of these. It's funny because I played all these, and some of these are so forgettable you forget some of the.
Here, I'll bring it down here. Okay, so oh wait, I lost it all. Yeah, all right.
We can do this. In the top tier, we've got Charmander, Squirtle, Cyndaquil, and then Piplup. It is pretty amazing how quickly they stopped going to the top tier, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot of the early ones, and I mean, part of that's going to be nostalgia, right? And part of it's just going to be
absolutely.
Part of it's just going to be like, I mean, but that's what we consider that. We consider like the nostalgia. That's going to factor in. But I do think the early designs are kind of ideal. Like that's what you want. And so it's not surprising that trying to chase that ends up with stuff that isn't quite as good. All right. So then in Sooner, we have Bulbasaur.
We have Bulbasaur, Totodile, Torchic, Mudkip, Tepig, and Rowlet. And then in whatever we have Chikorita, Chimchar, Snively, Froakie, Litten. What is this? Groki and Score Bunny.
Groki Gang. Yeah.
And later we have Trico, Turtpig. This guy is so forgettable. Turtwig. Yeah. The Fennekin. Yeah, yep. Fennekin. And God, this guy,
Poplio.
yeah, Poplio. I'm not.
Poplio.
That is the one I would. His name I will never remember. It's just like, oh yeah, the seal thing, whatever. Then we got Revolver Oshawott, Chespin, and Sobble. And yeah, this I feel very good about this.
Me too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like maybe the only thing personally for me is I maybe like Snivy more than whatever, but not really. I like him where he is. This is pretty good. Like again, those top four are probably pretty easily my four of favorite ones. Give me Cyndaquil and Piplup whenever, and then Charmander and Squirtle are just so fantastic. And like Bulbasaur, we could almost just bump him up there, but it's it's fine. He's
right
on Sooner.
Yeah. In no way is Bulbasaur bad. It's just
Spinner is very good.
Right.
I think it's almost more of a statement just that he's not quite as good as Charmander and Squirtle.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I have not really played a Pokemon game in quite some time, and if I wanted to go back and play one before these Diamond and Pearl, is that what it is? Those before those remakes come out and before Legends come out, what should I go back and play, Mike?
My last really favorite one was Black and White, which is funny because the starters from that aren't amazing. It's Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott. Oh, you have Tepig. So maybe play Black and White and get Tepig.
That sounds good.
Although, if you can find the remakes of Gold and Silver that they made for DS, because you said you didn't play Gold and Silver, actually, maybe that's what you should play.
Okay.
And those are kind of hard to get sometimes, but that's fantastic. And you could do Cyndaquil or Totodile or even Chikorita.
First, I couldn't just buy it on the 3DS digital store. That's
right. Well, of course, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll do that then. That sounds good. I guess I was going to ask you, and I never really got the answer. Where would you put Pikachu?
Oh, I guess he's a starter.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, I love
is Eevee also? Yeah. So Eevee's also a starter.
Eevee's weird though because like the best thing about Eevee is that he can evolve into all these different forms, and that starter version of Eevee you get in Let's Go Eevee can't evolve, which is like kind of the point of
That's
Eevee.
pretty funny.
But Eevee still looks great, right?
Right.
And all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know. It's
weird.
weird.
The Sooner. Yeah, I agree.
Like I love Eevee. Eevee's Vaporeon, his water evolution, is my favorite Pokemon. That's my actually. In fact, is it over?
Yeah, please prove it. Prove that it's your favorite Pokemon. Hopefully it's a pillow, a love pillow. Oh no, okay, it's just a stuffed animal.
Yeah, I think my friend had somebody crochet this for me for my birthday one year. Look at that.
That's nice. That's cool.
There he is. So yes, I like Vaporeon quite a bit. So
all right.
My easy love.
Well, there's our Pokemon tier list, everybody. Pokemon starter tier list. I'm glad we didn't have to do all 800 Pokemon or whatever it is.
Right.
We got some more coming up. We got some more ideas for more tier lists. If you are watching this one, recently we also did a Final Fantasy one. We've done stuff like the Hitman locations. Feel free to go back and check those out. This should be in a playlist with those. If you're watching on YouTube. Yeah. We'll be back next week with another tier list. You can also check out our podcast, GamesBeat Decides. Watch that on this channel as well, or wherever podcasts are caught, all that stuff. All right, Mike, should we get out of here? And Vaporeon?
Yeah, wouldn't he be so much cooler if he evolved into a man?
Yes, I've always said that. Yeah, just stand up on two legs, grab something like a legal pad, be a Pokemon lawyer. Yeah.
I hate when they have props. Unless you're far-fetched and you have your leak, you're not allowed to have a prop.
Yes, that's a really good one.
I am just old and I like the original 150 apparently, but
I don't think that is a rare feeling, Mike. I think you have a lot of company there. All right, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Until then, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Bye.